Hi, I'm Sue from Miller Green. It's our mission to make plant-based food, vegan food, delicious and accessible to everybody. Amazing. We cook from our home kitchen in Bristol. We use local produce wherever we can. We have an allotment over the bridge in Fayland, and in season we use produce from that allotment, and we just try and make vegetables come to life. So we use spices, we use herbs, we're magpies. We look for recipes and then we'll say, right, how can we make that better? How can we make this particular recipe vegan? We're constantly trying to make vegetables as delicious as they can be. Today I'm going to show you how we cook one of the dishes on our menu. It's a cauliflower, coconut, ginger and turmeric stew, and it's just a delicious meal. We call it a hug of a meal on the menu, and I think it really is. This is a really lovely dish for those autumn days when your immune system needs a bit of a boost, as every single ingredient is bursting with goodness and flavour. The thing with this dish is to prepare everything in advance, as it's actually quite quick to cook. First, finely chop a medium-sized onion. Next, roughly chop up 3 nice ripe tomatoes. Now we get to the heart of the dish, which is the cauliflower. So we're going to take a head of cauliflower and break it up into bite-sized pieces. The 3 dry spices we're going to use for this dish are turmeric, cumin and coriander. The real superstar of those spices is the turmeric, because that contains curcumin, which has got powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. The cauliflower and spices are all going to go into the pan together, so pop them all in the same bowl, ready for later. One of my favourite bits about this dish is the ginger. Now this has been whizzed up in a blender, so it's almost a pulp, and you get that lovely gingery smell coming off it. Right, now we're going to take the kale that we picked at the allotment this morning. This is some lovely purple kale, really fresh, and we're going to strip away the leaves from the stalks and tear it into small pieces. Kale is one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat, and it's got vitamins, protein, fibre, omega fats. Gram for gram, it contains twice as much vitamin C as oranges. Okay, now we're ready to start cooking. So the first thing we're going to do is melt a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil in a pan. Now, coconut oil is a lovely pure oil. It's got saturated fat in it, but they're healthy ones, and they help increase the level of good cholesterol. Now once that's nice and hot, we're going to add a teaspoon of cumin seeds and just leave that to cook for a few seconds until the seeds start to sputter a bit. Once you get that delicious smell of cumin coming off, then it's ready for you to add the onion. So you put your onion in and you just cook it for a minute or 2 until it starts to soften. Then you add your tomatoes and cook everything together for about 5 minutes. Stir it from time to time so it doesn't stick to the pan. Right, now you're ready to add your cauliflower and your spices. So tip everything from the bowl in, give it a good old stir to coat the cauliflower, and then cook everything together for another 5 minutes or so until the cauliflower's soaked up those lovely spices. Stir it from time to time so that the ingredients don't stick to the pan. Once you've got everything lovely and coated and cooked, it's time to add the coconut milk. While that's all cooking, we're going to steam the kale in a separate pan, and that's going to ensure that it keeps its lovely greeny purpley colour, and it's going to help to preserve all the nutrients. Once the cauliflower's almost cooked, stir the kale through, and then we're going to add our haricot beans. Once everything's in the pot, bring it all back to the boil, Let it boil for a couple of minutes to heat the beans through, and then it's ready to serve. Now this is a complete meal in itself, so you don't actually need anything additional with it, but I like to serve it with some rice and maybe a few little finely chopped pieces of pepper or jalapeno on the top, just for a little bit of colour and an extra little kick.